Hey everyone, it's me. I'm getting a couple of messages about updating my site or my profile, and you all are right. I need to update. Um, how things are going? Things are going great. I've had a lot of energy still. I'm um, drinking my protein drinks and all that. Speaking of protein drinks, we went to GNC and talked with a one of the guys there, and he was talking to us back and forth. Since it's such a small island, he's becoming very familiar with um, these types of surgeries and diets because there's so many of us on this particular island, and it's growing, so they're starting to understand what's needed and what's not needed, and um, what we can have and not have. Well, he explained some stuff to me and my family that really helped. He explained that um, you need to have your body is craving carbs in the morning, and I know. The doctors say not to have very many carbs. At least mine does. He says 40 grams of carbs or less in a day. Um, but we're not talking a lot of carbs. Basically, the protein shake, and for me personally, I love this drink, and I don't like protein drinks. If you guys have watched my videos in the past, I don't like protein drinks at all. Um, but this one's pretty good. It's the vanilla isopure powder, 1 scoop of that, a quarter cup of the of oatmeal, and 1 tablespoon, just a tiny little thing, of peanut butter. And then you mix that with 6 ounces of water, and it tastes pretty spectacular. Um, it tastes like, if you guys are familiar with a Tiger Milk bar, that's kind of what it tastes like. So that's what I've been drinking. Um, Last Thursday, my doctor was on island, and we went to the seminar uh, because my brother is thinking about having it done, so he would be the fourth and final member of my family to have this done. And we were talking about a few things, but I hadn't seen my doctor in a couple of months, so I got to talk to him a little bit after the seminar, and obviously he's very pleased with the progress I've been making. He did remind me that at the 1 year mark, which is coming up soon, I can't believe it's coming up already, but it is, September 24th will be 1 year, and he did remind me that at that point, after a year, it gets harder to lose weight. So there's an extra push to lose as much as possible right now. And I'm losing somewhere between 3 to 7 pounds a week right now still. So I'm going to try and make that push really hard. I am down currently to 223 as of yesterday. I didn't weigh today. Um, and I started at 346 as a reminder. So about 123 pounds, I guess, lost. So I mean, and I'm still losing. So I mean, that's great. Um, let's see. Little couple of things that my doctor did at this seminar. The seminar, if you guys don't have it, it's kind of like a support group every other month for people that have had the surgery on this island through this doctor or are thinking about having it. And they get together and they talk about a few things, and um, talk about different things for the seasons that are coming up. So like what summer fruits you should avoid, um, stuff you should do for the holiday season, stuff you should do for winter, stuff like that. As the seasons arrive. So if you ever have any questions like that and want suggestions, let me know, and I can let you know what they've passed on to us. Um, I've increased my exercise a bit. Um, the doctor last Thursday had mentioned a couple of things about exercise and how exercise um, is really needed to maintain your your weight for sure. That's why they encourage that you get into an exercise program while you're uh, while you're um, while in the first year, because once that 1 year is over, you're already in the habit of doing it. He did say that it isn't necessary to do, a horrible workout. For me, for instance, I have a little bit of like arm flab that I don't like and I'd like to get rid of. Um, and I mean, eventually I'll probably have to have surgery to have that removed or something like that. But he mentioned for me personally that he thinks it would work out beneficial if I were to do a heavy, hardcore workout like the PX90 thing that's out right now and stuff like that. About 15 to 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week. That's what he recommended for me, which works, which is a good recommendation for me because I have a very short attention span when it comes to things like that, especially exercise. So I wasn't able to find the PX90 on my island. I'm going to track like eBay and stuff like that and see if I can find it. But I did go to Borders and I found a burn fat fast dance video. If I'm going to do something, I want it to be fun. So I try and find something that's going to be the most fun. And I tried a little bit of it out today, and it wasn't bad. They do it in 10-minute increments, so I did two. I did 20 minutes of it, and I worked up a sweat. I mean, and that's the point of exercise, right? I mean, you want to work up a sweat. And I worked up a pretty good sweat doing that. And I could feel it in certain muscles later on in the day and all that sort of thing, but I mean, it's good. Um, let's see. What else did we talk about at the seminar that I can pass on? Um, that's kind of pretty much it. I mean, it was just kind of talking about that general type of thing. He had talked about a support group that he had started on Facebook for people that have had the surgery through him. And I mentioned my YouTube family to them, the ones that check my videos and stuff like that, and they thought that was a really good idea. Evidently, there's someone on Maui that does it as well, which I don't know her name, but I'd like to find that out and kind of check it out. But I mean, it's good. There's not very many people my age that have the surgery that I've met personally. I know that I've talked to a few of you on through comments on YouTube, which is great. It helps me. It's a nice interchange of encouragement, and that's what he was saying at the seminar too. That people that haven't had the surgery don't understand you as much as people that do, and that's simply put. But I mean, it's true. Um, oh, he also talked about what, he had us go around the room, say what our name was, how much we'd lost, when the surgery was, and what our biggest accomplishment was. And the biggest accomplishment that I mentioned was, and I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, so I apologize if I did, but the one thing that I mentioned was the fact that I can go into any normal store now and I don't have to go to the plus sizes anymore. That's in a whole other department. For instance, Macy's, that's one of the main stores we have here. I don't even go to the Mrs. section anymore. I go to the teen section or the, that kind of section now. And I fit in regular larges. It's amazing to see that. I mean, really amazing. I was at the store with my mom the other day and I picked up these pair of jeans and I'm like, wow, I could never fit into these, and realized it was a size 20. And that was 2 sizes smaller than I was when I had the surgery. But, I mean, it boggles your mind when you get to this point that a year ago, I was 123 pounds more than I am now. I've kept my jeans from the day of surgery, and I've talked about recently putting them up on my wall because as the time gets closer to your 1 year mark, you start to feel a bit, for lack of a better word, normal. Where you're interacting with people, you're going out to dinner more, you're not watching as much, and you should be, but I mean that it's just habit. That's what happens, and